Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Becky for those of you who are new here. So in today's video, I have a special guest with me today and her name is Alyssa. And I will be doing a makeup look on her for occasions such as a wedding, whether you're the bride, a bridesmaid, or you're just a special guest at a wedding. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is moisturize her skin, and I'm going to use Burt's Bees moisturizing cream, and this is for sensitive skin. I'm just going to pop that on the back of my hand, and then with my brush I'll go ahead and apply that to her skin. I'm going to go in with the Ola Henriksen Fresh Start Eye Cream, and I'm just going to put that under her eyes. I'm going to pat that in using my ring finger. Makeup Forever Professional HD High Definition Primer. I'm going to go ahead and put that on her T-zone. So this would be like the forehead, bridge of the nose, and then on her chin. And I'm just using a little bit. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD Foundation, and I'm going to use 125. And I'm going to be using a sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and wet this first and just moisten it. That way that'll be easier to apply the foundation. I'm using the same brush that I used to put her moisturizer on. I'm going to use that to just kind of glide the foundation over her face, and I'm going to start in the center of her face and I'm going to work my way out. And then I'll go back in with the sponge and just blend that in really good. So I'm just blending everything out and just lightly tapping the sponge over the skin and just really blending in that foundation. And if there is any redness around the nose, you can just put a little bit more foundation and just concentrate the foundation in the areas where there's any redness or blemishes. So I'm going to be using the Naked 3 palette because it has a lot of beautiful rose gold colors and just natural looking colors that are awesome for weddings. So for the primer, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion to prime her lids. So I'm going to go in with Strange and just use that as my base color. And I'm going to put that all over the eye, and it's just going to help me to be able to blend the rest of the shadow a lot easier. Next, I'm going to go in and use Limit in the crease, and then followed with Nooner. So Nooner is the darker crease shadow, and I'll be using that more in the outer corners of the crease. I'll go ahead and blend that with my blending brush. And I'm just using circular motions and just blending back and forth. And I'll just repeat the same steps on the other side. Again, I'm just blending out with my blending brush and just using circular motions and going back and forth. So I'm going back in with Nooner, and I'm going to use it on the outer crease just to give the eye a little more dimension. It's going to make that shadow pop. And if you need to, you can go back in with Limit and just blend out the darker shadow. And that'll just help blend it out even more, just to make those lines seamless. So I'm going to try this Aqua XL Makeup Forever, and this is the color I $1.50. It's just like a really pretty rose gold pearl. I'm just gonna go in with that liquid eyeshadow and just place it on her lid. And I'm just using a flat brush to put that on. Just kind of blend the edges out a little bit. And I'm gonna use dust over that just to set that liquid eyeshadow. I'm just gonna repeat the same steps on the other side. Oh yeah, that's real nice. And I'm simply just following the natural shape of her, the mobile part of her eyelid as my guideline to know where to start and stop. And again, I'm just gonna go over that with that shadow just to set everything. You can see how pretty that looks. Blend the edges of that in a little bit. I'm going to clean out her brows. The Maybelline New York Define a Brow pencil, using very fine strokes to do that, and I'm just filling in the areas where the brows are a little bit sparse. And I'm not going too crazy because her eyebrows are already very beautiful and dark, and I don't want to over exaggerate that. And I'm just being very light-handed with this, because the harder you push on the pencil, the darker the line is going to be and the thicker it's going to be. So just very light-handed strokes. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Urban Decay, and I'm going to use the color Faint. It starts as well on the brows. And just fill them in. And you can see it just really softens the pencil that I just used. I'm going to go in with some concealer. This is from Makeup Forever, palette number 2. So I'm going to go in with this color and just kind of clean up under the brow bone. And I'm just going to go in with my brush and just kind of clean it up a little bit. And then with my ring finger, I'm going to go ahead and pat that in and just blend that in a little bit. See what a difference that makes. If you look at both brows, it just kind of brightens up the eye. I'm going to go back in with Strange, and that's the color that we used as our base, and I'm going to put that over the concealer that we just did, just to seal everything and just brighten it up a little more. And I'll go in with my blending brush and just blend that all in. And with the Fit Me Maybelline concealer, and I'm just going to conceal under the eyes and on the bridge of the nose, as well as a little bit on her forehead. Start in the corner of her eye and then just blend outward. With my sponge that I used earlier, I'm going to go ahead and blend that. And I'll put some on the bridge of her nose. Go ahead and add some to her forehead and just brighten up that area as well. So the key is just to kind of brighten the center of the face. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder to go ahead and set her foundation as well as her concealer. Anastasia Contour Kit Light to Medium. And I'm going to use this color here for the hollows of her cheek, and I'm going to sharpen her jawline with this lighter color right here. And I'm very lightly just hollowing out her cheek with that contour. Forehead and her temples. With that lighter contour powder, I'm just sharpening the hollow of the cheek and just further defining her jawline. I like to use the Tarte color wheel. This is one of my favorites, and I'm going to go ahead and use Culture, which is really similar to the NARS blush called Orgasm. It's a really pretty color, and it has just flecks of gold in it. And I'm just using that same palette that I used for her eyebrows. I'm going to use Crave. Look down for me. And I'm just going to put that right into the lash line. I'm going to be using the Sultry Lashes from Kiss on her today. Latex-free duo eyelash adhesive. And this eyelash glue is awesome because it dries super fast. And I'm just going to use a little bit of the shadow that we used under the crease. I'm going to use that under her bottom lash line. Oops, just to define that a little more. I'm going to go with the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in Carbon Black. The Becky highlighter, and I'm going to use Champagne Pop Cupid's Bow right in the corner. And put some a little tiny bit under her brow bone as well, and her cheekbones. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade Naked. And finish off her lips with Too Faced Melted Matte in the color Queen Bee. All I can say is yes, queen. So I'm making sure that I get in the corner of her mouth. I'm going to go ahead and use some setting spray on her. Breathe out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye!